I need to do this. I need, personally, to teach, entertain, share, explore, and experience. And that's what I need to do as Matt Hanifin. That's me. My name is Matt Hanifin, and I am the manager of Science Toy Magic, which is a science toy store. So I talk with the inventors, I find out the different kinds of things that they're doing, and I think about whether or not that would fit my theme. Because everything has to fit the themes of the store. It has to be durable, has to be the best made of its kind, has to demonstrate principles of science as if by magic. Remember when I was 5, I decided that I wanted to be a mad scientist. I thought that from the television shows, all of the really cool things that you got to do on TV, it was always the mad scientists. It was never the boring guys working in the laboratories. It was always the guys who were cackling and wringing their hands and had the Jacob's ladders going in the background going zzz, zzz, zzz. And, Frankenstein going, ah! Definitely to be a mad scientist I thought that was a really important point because the rest of the stuff didn't seem like fun science. So I was kind of glad that I finally came to find out that I didn't actually have to be insane. I started doing college chemistry when I was about 11, reading college chemistry books and finding out experiments that I could get away with. That was my passion until I was about 20. Then I started getting hooked on physics. Then specifically within physics, optics, lasers, holograms, holography, making holograms, doing laser light shows, shooting fireworks displays. All of these things, the things that I would later do as an adult, are things that I wanted to do when I was a kid. Watch this. It will continue to speed up after we've blown out the flame.
I saw this on something similar to this on TV, and they can't. What is the impractical about it? What's impractical about this as a...
All right, now picture this as a car.
Yes.
Okay,
that's what
you've
it was.
taken your foot off the accelerator.
Oh, okay.
And it's still going more, but we do. In Austin, Texas, I was the boomerang maker from starting in 1987, and then left Austin in 1994 to move to Adelaide, South Australia, where I also became the boomerang maker. You need a boomerang maker in every town. And there I handcrafted and flight tested all of my boomerangs. I had weekly outdoor boomerang lessons, year-long, year-round. And I would teach people how to throw boomerangs. At my best, I was probably no better than about the 20th best in the country. And the difference between 20th best and number 1 is huge. I'm a good boomerang thrower. See my hand through there?
Yeah.
Okay. And so just take this magnet and drop it through there and watch it as it falls. But don't say what you saw because David over there hasn't seen it.
Interesting. Very interesting, yeah.
Boomerangs that work was how I first started marketing the boomerangs that I was handcrafting for fun. So I found out how to get a business license for the Renaissance Market in Austin, Texas, where I handcrafted and sold my boomerangs. And I handcrafted 6,000 boomerangs over the years. And Boomerangs That Work was how I wanted to name my company instead of flashy names, Zip, Pow, Whiz Bang, or, these different flashy names that boomerang companies would have. And I thought instead, the question that people always ask me was, do they really work? And so I thought, let's just call it Boomerangs That Work. But those were just great years, and I had such low expenses that I could just barely make ends meet living kind of a bohemian lifestyle. But that was just a great period of life. And when I moved into the Tesuque Pueblo flea market, I just finished teaching college preparatory chemistry and physics at NAPS, the Native American Preparatory School. But I had this absolutely phenomenal teaching experience. And when the school closed, I need to do something else for a living. And I opened my shop at the flea market. And originally I was just going to start making boomerangs again. And it was an afterthought that I added in the science toys. This one you see that I've left floating there all day long. The Cherrywood model, we're the first to sell that. We're the first to sell the previous model. Boomerangs That Work and Science Toy Magic. Too long of a name, and so In creating this, what I did is I dropped off the boomerangs that work, and the only indication of that is in the logo for my business is the shape of a boomerang, to let people know, hey, I still have boomerangs. I'm indoors for the first time, but Tesuque Pueblo Flea Market. It was a fantastic proving grounds for the toys. See, I got to test these in the wind and the dirt and the dust with thousands of people getting their hands on it. I don't have nearly as much of the Native American, and I don't have nearly as many people from lower income areas, which I miss because these kids, they were seeing this for the first time. It was their connection to science. And if it had been me, that would have been the thing that would have given me my interest in science. It's kind of like how the boomerang did, or getting started with my first chemistry set. I wonder how many of these little guys that I saw are going through similar experiences to me because of some silly little inexpensive toy. And that's kind of cool. So that was 6 times as big as my store. I have 58.2 square feet, 13 feet tall, and so I have a rolling library ladder that rolls down the middle of it. And as much as possible, I stay outside so that I don't psychologically keep somebody from being able to enter, and I don't stand in the door.
Are you ready, Charlie?
To make somebody feel like they can't escape, which would really make you feel trapped. And man, is that a turnoff.
Perfect. Excellent.
And the space problem is something that I just kind of gotten used to. But I had a closet when I was growing up that was huge. And I used to do my chemistry experiments. And I got used to working with this tiny space. And I think that the reason I like this environment, because it's kind of like that closet that I had as a kid, that it creates an environment for people coming in like a toy closet.
So right now you run about 5,000?
I want to develop more of my own toys, and I'm really hot on the track in inventing toys right now. I hope I don't get run over by a bus before I get these out. Just to see them. I just want to see them happen. I should be more interested in the profit, but I really just want to see those things happen. It is my opinion that in a wealthy, free society that is not at war, no plague is going on, you have expendable income, you're not always working just to get food into your mouth, that we have the freedom to be able to maintain the curiosity of our youth, the enthusiasm of our youth, the creativity of our youth, but we don't. I have not had to be the supporting member for a family where other people were depending on me for their income, for their food and shoes and so forth. And that will put a lot of adult edge on you. So I've been free to be able to continue to pursue my creativity, my curiosity, and this playfulness.
If you just like to just pet the pig there. Just like to pet the pig.
For most of us, though, there's a whole lot that we just give up. Focusing on trying to be cool, trying to show off, trying to show how smart you are, trying to impress everybody, not wanting to be made fun of or made a fool. You walk away from all of those wonderful opportunities to play and to be more joyful and to horse around and just to kind of let your hair down, because who cares? No, people are not really watching as much as you think they are. Everybody's too busy thinking about, if their armpits smell. So they really don't notice if yours do. You think everybody's sniffing your armpits, but they're not. They're just, sniffing their own.
Is this the same as when a top starts to wobble when it slows down? I've noticed that before. And the professor gets to say, yes, that's due to gyroscopic precession. That's the same thing. And you're going, oh, now I understand it.
Everybody anybody can do what I'm doing. Everybody can do what I'm doing to some degree, because we have our own ideas, we have our own interests. There's something that we're better at than other people are in some specific area. And if we just take the time that we could have spent watching TV all night long and develop that interest, you can keep playing, and so it's the drive to go and just do that thing that's fun. Just because if there was something that was fun yesterday and the day before and 2 years before that and 2 years before that, and it's probably going to be fun again today. So I think I'm going to do it again today because it seems to be working really well so far, as long as I don't mess it up. If I'm lucky enough to be able to keep doing this even for just a few more years, that's a pretty good deal.